Welcome back, MTG Joe here. Today we're part of the early access stream on MTG Arena for Brothers War. We're going to jump in and try out a bunch of the new cards. First deck up, thanks to Wizards giving us early access, will be Blue-White Soldiers. We got a bunch of new cards from the set for Soldier Tribal. We have Recruitment Officer that lets us dig for cards. Spectrum Sentinel, Pro Multicolor and gains us life when opponent plays non-basics. We have Valiant Veteran from the old set that gets Lord Effect. Harbin lets us pump our team and gain flying if we attack with 5 or more. Siege Veteran puts counters on things, and when creatures die, we get it replaces itself in a way. Sky Strike Officer, when it attacks, gives us soldiers, and then it also lets us draw cards. And then Myrel lets us kind of Grand Abolisher, prevent them from doing anything on our turns, and then creates more tokens. So it's kind of make a lot of tokens, draw cards, pump up the squad in attack. There's a lot of cards we could try here. Guardian of New Benalia, I'm keeping it out because we don't play Sarah Paragon to rebuy the stuff. Sun Gold Sentinel could attack graveyards. Resolute Reinforcement makes a lot of tokens. Hopeful Initiate's not a soldier, but it puts counters on it. We're playing in an artifact set, could be good. I'm playing a bunch of creatures to try it out. We can always add removal later, but I want to see how these new ones are playing out in practice. Fortified Beachhead is a Soldiers Matter card with the text coming up. So we'll jump in. I was playing a couple games and then the client crashed and I couldn't get back in, so cut that video, but we will try again. Wasn't a good one against Croakies, played against Blacker Lotus. So this is all content creators. But we're going to be playing this deck and a whole bunch of others today. Everything will be curated onto my YouTube. And then we'll be back on the weekend for the meta breakdown, where we look at the top performing decks with the new cards, thanks to Untapped. So make sure to subscribe, get all that great content. And if you can, drop a like and comment on the video. Let's try to get in again and see how it goes. Fortunate with that one with Croakies was shaping up to be a good game, but couldn't get in time. They're replacing my internet lines in the area to fiber, and it happens to cut in and out at the worst time this week. This hand's good. So let's go. I'm going to go Initiate into Sun Gold to get that going. And then we can start playing these out. It's a lot of Spectrum Sentinels. I think we just get this going for now. I want to play this once we have like a pretty lethal board state or pretty significant. We're on 24 lands. Had a couple games now where I've got stumbled on lands. Okay, so we see the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. 2/2. I think we offer the trade here. I just passed the turn. So Siege Veteran will be nice when our creatures die. They replace themselves. Gain some life here. Okay, so Mishra, they're looking to do the meld next turn. I should have probably blocked there. Stumbling on lands is a little awkward here. Jeez. So we're just trying to push through damage. So Mishra will meld. And they can do a whole bunch of stuff. My creatures get -1/1. Creatures you control gain damage. So they can actually clear my board if they stack it correctly. This does 3 to any target. If we hit one more land this game, it goes a little bit different, but sometimes Magic's going to do that to you. Keep a 2-lander. So let's see if they stack it correctly. So they need to deal 3 damage to Valiant. Yeah. I mean, we're not like 100% out of it. Oh yeah, we're like super dead. We just weren't drawing lands that game. Alright, let's chat that up. 24 lands in a deck that curves out basically at 3. Most of the cards are 1 and 2 mana. If the deck doesn't want to cooperate, you can't do much. Because even there, if we're able to get the other Lord, all our creatures replace themselves. So we're again in a decent spot. Hand seems fine. We got the playing hello good game. Ah, Phoenix check. So because opponent's on an aggressive deck, I'm going to lead with the Spectrum Sentinel. Hopefully this baits out some removal and I can go Denic. The Gonjo might be a spell this game. Tenacious. So, could go Valiant next turn, could also go Strike Force Officer. Stormseeker. Can just draw some cards this turn, lets me start setting up attacks that are good here. And then next turn I can play out like multiple cards. So I see Mishra here. Pro multicolor could be reasonable. I think here we just take the damage this turn. So here I can Resolute Reinforcement at instant speed. Get that value. Now they can go Meld. I do have a legendary though, so I can blow up. Okay, so I can do this on the attack trigger. So prevent the Meld here. So I definitely want to take Mishra off the board. I can do this. Because I can do the Dragon Engine to come back, but I'm going to just take advantage of the life gain this turn. And then... we'll just go wide here. This strike officer has actually been really solid. Okay, so we see Mishra come down. So we might be able to kill him on the crackback. Get to draw 2 cards here. I was hoping for another Lord. So I can do the Denic. I should have kept this back. I don't know. Let him figure out the math. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think I'm 1 short. 1 short. Should have played the Sure Strike Officer. We'll see. So I can give haste there. Or it itself gets haste. So I get 3 here, 9. I do have a block available. So I should be okay. Ah, they got the trample here. And menace, so yeah, they get me that way. Close one. I probably should have mathed that out better, but at that point, they deal the 3, they have the menace, they still get around it. Mishra is seeming pretty good, like, to be able to flip it. It's early, like in a normal game, you math that out, but this was like a big enough board state, you just attack, see what happens. Might have made sense to... well, taking Mishra off made sense that turn from like a blocking perspective. Okay, so we can go basically 1-drop, triple 1-drop. Like John likes games. How's it going? Okay. Lead on this just to see if it could get us incidental life gain over the few turns. A little awkward. I'd prefer not to use a Gonjo, but I have some piece of removal, likely. I mean, it's done its job. Soaked up some damage. 4-3 trample. So we'll wait till next turn and then play the Valiant Veteran. a pretty decent rate. We have the Dragon Engine. It's actually quite annoying because the first strike is super relevant there. So they can't Mishra. I think we just pass here. Go Resolute. So that's probably cut down. So we want to get this Dragon Engine off the battlefield. Let's see, Ball Sleeper. So I have the option to go land. I think we're just passing here. I have Valiant Veteran that I can get back out of the graveyard. I can Recruitment Officer. Yeah, with Mishra coming. A lot of Mishra decks. The problem is next turn they're just going to go for the meld. Okay, so just going to pass the turn here. They go to the minus counters. I then flashback Valiant. Go that way. It's tough playing like weenies into this. This is also Stonewalls our deck. Get the meld going, see what you do. I think we cut these initiates. We just start bringing in some removal now. We're just not getting this consistently growing, and we just don't have... Yeah, the problem is they make me discard here too. And then I'm just dead next turn. The fact they didn't have to spend any mana. They can pump Evolve Sleeper here. They just eat my creatures, 9 on board. Mishra's a house. Like, there's good little synergies here. But even like Dennick's been fine. The life gain's been okay. Let's tweak this. Honestly, we probably don't want that. Get rid of you. So we got all these cards here. We could go... Get rid of you. So there's this one. There was a flash soldier that I was thinking about. So enters the battlefield, return up to one another target. If it was a soldier, you get to put a counter on it. So let's try that. So then we have 8 flash threats. Trim down to 1 Denic and then do... There's the new... I think it's sorcery speed though. So it's a rare and white that exiles and they can recast. From the most recent set, Brothers War. Exile target non-land permanent for as long as it remains exiled. Its controller may play it. So we can use this as a protection spell and then also protect ours. So let's try this out, see how it goes. We gotta try out like to see how these things go. We could go Fading Hope as well, just for like a tempo play, but it's not likely that we have blue available necessarily, like on 1. There's elements here, I just don't know what exactly the final kind of configuration is right now. The sky... Okay, so we can try this new strategy out, see how it goes. Play more flash tempo style. Okay. We are in a mirror. Interesting, they didn't reveal this turn, so they don't have a 1-drop to play. Next turn I can go Spectrum Sentinel. This line's been really good. At least from the game. I didn't catch it on this video, but in one of the games was just pumping it. It's a good late game mana sink. It's not what I wanted to do. So we'll just go tempo here, start pushing through some damage. This is cool too because you can like reset it. I think I want to continue pushing damage and then I can Zephyr Sentinel. Just go tempo. Because I can rebuy whatever they play out here. Nice. They're Jeskai. Bear at the beginning of your end step, you control creature power greater than its base power. So we're going to rebuy this. So this has got pro multicolor. I'm pushing the tempo of it. So this actually seems pretty decent. Rebuying this seems pretty nice. Okay, so they just take the trade there. This will allow me to get the requisite creature count. Now they can go if they hit a land, Brutal Cathar. My Harbin here, but it's not enough. have something that they're looking at my graveyard for. So we'll go to attacks. To the skies! Okay, that felt really good. The tempo elements feel pretty sick there. Just being able to kind of put on some early pressure. The thing is, like, you only have one Lord effect in this deck right now. We're gonna want likely a couple more. Like, wedding announcements is something I would consider. So opponent goes first. We'll start Kumano Gamer. So this is actually going to be really good in this matchup. I have Rada here. So Soldier. Fortunately, we don't have opponents bringing all the spice here. Just block like this. So doing this, gain a life. Another Rada is kind of scary, but this splits me up and now I have two options to get around the Rada's Firebrand. If they kill, I still get a token. Hopefully the stone walls. Or you just get stupid curve. You're not going to beat mono red many games when it goes Kumano, Rada, Stormseeker, Raiju. Just end this game. I'm not like too concerned. We're trying out stuff. Mono red's going to win a lot of those games. On the play, on the draw goes different. In this game, like, if mono red's very popular, we up the amount of Denix we play. There's ways around. It might be, like, I honestly just want like 8 lords. Even with just playing Wedding Announcement might be better than the one that puts counters. Just being a 3-mana 2/2 that doesn't do much that turn hasn't been like super impressive, to be honest. See how this end goes. We have Harbins. We have 2. This is usually a kill on the spot. We probably only want 2 of these, to be honest. Because Wedding Announcement, we can also use to draw cards. It's another Anthem effect, which I feel like our deck wants. So we can protect our Harbin here. Probably control. Nope. Soldiers. I think we just flash this in as a 2/1 here. Yeah, I'm gonna want that off the battlefield for the following turn. Get that out of the way. Then this is 5, so 6 mana total. We're 1 land away from casting that. I can start pumping into Recruitment Officer. Mishra's Foundry is interesting. Second copy there is a bit annoying. Or you're just good at the game. I'm cool with trading with their Lord. Because this means that my Harbins can attack through the strike officers. And at this point, like, land's good, spells are good. Because land lets me start going Fortified Beachhead. Gotta foil this one out. I get in some damage here. It gets me slightly closer. It might have been right just to attack with Harbin there. But this opens me up if I hit a land, I'm in a good spot. Because they're always playing this other copy here. Creatures you control get +1/1. Exile target an online permanent. I think just going wedding announcement's better. Now we just activate our land and they're dead. Oh, they got it! Oh! It's a blowout! We need him not to have it. I mean, we start on a clean board here. They do get a card draw. They have 1 exile in the tank. They have a creature land, I don't. First strike might be relevant on that one. So I'm doing this because I want to entice them, if they do want to exile my Harbin here. But it might have been right on Siege Veteran. Or they just have that. Adversary's a human scout. The first strike here is going to shut down most of what I can do. They're also holding this up, so it's likely another Resolute reinforcement. See if we find another 1-drop. I mean, going wide's an option. We did have the exile effect there. Which we needed for the strike officer, so we could attack for lethal. That line telegraphed it pretty easy. This card's really good. The first strike could be reasonable because like this colorless dude wasn't really doing much. The life gain's been whatever. We got one left. The go wide plan's not really an option at this point. They've gone wider. Might have been going Siege Veteran here. Gotcha! This card's been good. Alright. Kind of looking through. There's some cards that have stood out. I think the first strike that our opponent was playing is probably a better one drop, all things considered. This is really good. This flash package was really good. Picking up stuff. If there's soldiers with enter the battlefield effects, that could also improve. But like this was whatever. This was really good. I'd probably play even just like wedding announcement. Maybe 2 wedding announcements, 2 of that like anthem effect could be decent. We need to get our things bigger more than anything. There is also like the option to play Splash to go Bant and then go with the Ajani. But let me know how you're building this, what you think. This package was really nice. Harbins were fine, maybe 2 and go 2/2 Denic. This card was underwhelming, going the first striker. But wrapping this one up, let me know what you think. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great one. Stay safe out there.